different thing. There's a political economy debate. And probably these things are important to arrive at a point in deciding that trade-off. But with particular reference to mining, while doing that trade-off, 2 or 3 distinctive features about mining I should highlight. Number one, in mining what happens, we deal with mineral resources, which is very, very location centric. We don't have that liberty to move it at our will. Second thing, unlike any other industry, this is probably the single industry which has got the potential to offset its biodiversity footprint. Even there are numerous examples where even it is capable of creating a positive, net positive biodiversity post the life cycle of the operation. So keeping those things in mind, I don't think it is difficult to make that trade-off. But neither end of the pendulum, swinging to neither end, is going to fetch us any kind of solution. We have to trade off, and then probably we can assure sustainable development for our society.
संदेश म्हाका एक गजाल सांगा तुमी इंडस्ट्री आयकली, एक्टिविस्ट आयकले, सगळे जाणांचो सूर एकच आसा की सस्टेनेबल बॅलन्स्ड आनी तरी आसतना आमकां हांगा बसून आज डिबेट करची पडटा. You have been a journalist, so you are the third perspective on this panel. You are not on this side, I consider you are not on that side either. कित्याक लागून हो गोंधळ जाला जर सगळेच जाण एक्सेप्ट करता हांगा बशिल्ले की ते सस्टेनेबल आसपा जाय, बॅलन्स्ड आसपा जाय, बरें आसपा जाय, एनवायरमेंटाक बरोबर घेवन चलपाक जाय, गोंधळ खंय आसा आमचो?
ही गजाल म्हाका स्वता मान्य ना की इकॉलॉजिकल बॅलन्स सांबाळून करप कोण तागडी घेवन बसला इकॉलॉजिकल बॅलन्स जोडपाक कशें शकतले आमी करपाक. सो म्हजे खातीर म्हाका अशें दिसता की म्हाका दिसता की रादर देन कॉलिंग इट इकॉलॉजिकल बॅलन्स बी सगळ्यो गजाली, let us think of eco concept, and I'll tell you what is eco concept in short. आमची पयलीं गोंयांत 61 भितर जेन्ना हें आशिल्ली तेन्ना एग्रेरियन इकॉनॉमी आशिल्ली आनी त्या एग्रेरियन इकॉनॉमीची गरज म्हणून एनवायरमेंटाचो बॅलन्स सगळो वेवस्थीत आशिल्लो. ही इकॉनॉमी थंयच्यान दुसऱ्या इकॉनॉमी कडेन गेली. 50% प्रायमरी सेक्टर आशिल्लो तो आज प्रॅक्टिकली 7 आनी 8% पावला. एग्रीकल्चर प्रॅक्टिकली 3 आनी 4% पावला. असले तरेचें पिक्चर आमकां दिसता ह्या सगळ्या भितर. आनी दुसरे वाटच्यातल्यान आमी खूब तरेची इंडस्ट्री ट्राय केल्यो, सगळी कितें केलें. आयची परिस्थिती भितर हें जालां ओके मायनिंगाची हें जालें, मायनिंग वॉज अ बॅकबोन, बिकेम अ बॅकबोन. आज कितलेंय जरी आमी म्हणली जायत मायनिंग रिवायव करपाचें, इट कॅनॉट बी अ बॅकबोन ऑफ गोवन इकॉनॉमी, नॉट पॉसिबल. दुसरें टर्शरी सेक्टर जो आसा तो टर्शरी सेक्टर आज 55% पाविल्लो आसा, जो हार्डली 10% बसून नाशिल्लो 61 भितर. त्या गजालीचेर बेसिकली इट इज सर्वीस सेक्टर वीच कम्स आउट ऑफ हॉस्पिटॅलिटी इंडस्ट्री. गोवा इज डिवायडेड इंटू अ कोस्टलँड, मिडलँड आनी हिंटरलँड. आज पर्यंत आमी हॉस्पिटॅलिटी इंडस्ट्री जी डेव्हलप केली ती कोस्टलँडाचेरच डेव्हलप केली. मिडलँडाचेर चड जाली ना, हिंटरलँडाचेर आमी अजिबात लक्ष दिलें ना. इकॉनॉमीची गरज म्हणून जशें राल्फ सांगतालो, ऑस्कर सांगतालो, बाकीचे सांगताले तशें इकॉनॉमीची गरज म्हणून केली जाल्यारच ह्यो सगळ्यो जातल्यो आनी नाल्यार तें उरचें ना. इकॉलॉजी फॉर इकॉनॉमी ह्या हातूंतल्यान आमी डेव्हलप करया. ऑल प्रॉब्लेम्स विल बी सॉल्व. बाकीची खंयच्या गजाली कांयच अर्थ ना.
Parthaji, you wanted to say something. You agree with this concept?
That's why I told that this is one way of saying it, but fact remains that there has to be a trade-off, a balanced trade-off between the ecology and economy. Let us not swing the pendulum to either side, and probably then we'll be able to find a solution in the state.
दत्तबाब तुमकां हे सगळी गजाली आयकतकीर खंय गोंधळ दिसता? तुमी सगळे जाण एकाच भाशे भितर उलयतात, तुमी सगळे जाण बरे बरे शब्दां भितर उलयतात. म्हाकाच प्रश्न पडटा हे डिबेट आमी कित्याक करता काय म्हणून. इतली जर तुमची युनॅनिमिटी आसा आमकां डिबेट कित्याक करपा जाय?
प्रमोद कितें जाता
ती गजाल अशी आसा की बेसिकली इकॉलॉजिकल बॅलन्स दवरचो, सगळ्यो गजाली करच्यो, फक्त म्हाका म्हजो बिझनेस करपा खातीर दिवचो. दॅट इज नॉट डिग्रेडेशन.
Dattaba, how is it?
प्रमोद
I'll just take Dattaba.
प्रमोद
Okay, I'll take Dattaba and we'll complete debate. Yeah.
प्रमोद
Now it's a debate.
म्हाका कितें दिसता की आमी पळय अशें उलयतात ते शब्दांचो किस काडप व्हेरी इजी की सस्टेनेबल डेव्हलपमेंट बॅलन्स. पूण जेन्ना तूं एक्झिक्युटीव पोजिशनां आसता, एक तुका डिसिजन घेवपा जाय, तेन्ना हें बॅलन्स कशें करप ताजी एक मांडणी करपा जाय. ती मांडणी करपाक आमी सगळे फेल जातात. म्हणजे निदर एनवायरमेंटलिस्ट नॉर बिझनेसमॅन हे सगळे आमी उलयतात, पूण एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन, रेव्हेन्यू जनरेशन आनी ताजे बरोबर एनवायरमेंट. आतां एनवायरमेंट उलयतना हांव मातसो शिफ्ट करता. वॉट अबाउट अर्बन एनवायरमेंट डिग्रेडेशन? थंय 2 गोश्टी येतात. एक स्लम्स. आतां स्लम्स जर ना करतलो तुका अफोर्डेबल हावजींग करपाक आतां म्हज्या सारक्या रियल इस्टेट डेव्हलपरा मुखार हो प्रश्न की हांव अफोर्डेबल हावसींग करपाक शकना. ताजें कारण खेड्यांत वचपाक आज अपोजिशन जालां. आनी ज्या तरेन आमी एक फाटीं प्रपोजल अशें केल्लें जशे तरेन इंडस्ट्रियल इस्टेट आसता, जातूर इंडस्ट्री करपाक म्हाका एक सबसिडायज रेटीन जमीन मेळटा, तशी एक लँड इस्टेट आसची ज्या कडेन फक्त अफोर्डेबल हावसींग जावचें. पूण गोंयांत आज अफोर्डेबल हावसींग जायना. शक्य आसा सिव्हिल इंजिनियरिंगांत शक्य आसा की 10 लाखांत 1 बेडरूम अपार्टमेंट दिवप, 20 लाखांत 2 बेडरूम अपार्टमेंट दिवप इज शक्य आसा प्रोवायडेड लँड प्रायसीस आर इन कंट्रोल.
हावसिंगाचे वेकंट हावसिसाचो सेन्ससाचो रिपोर्ट आनी कांयच नका तुमी तर जंय इंडियेक इन अर्बन एरियाज इट इज 10%, इन गोवा इट इज 24%, रुरल हातूंत भितर 6% एट ऑल इंडिया लेवल, 17% वेकंट हावसीस इन गोवन रुरल एरियाज. Total it is 7.5% at India level and 22% in Goa. And total urban houses vacant are 90,000, rural houses are vacant 36,000, total 1,26,000 houses are vacant. ही घरे कित्या खातीर आनी खंयच्यान आयली? What kind of housing is this?
वेकंट हावसींग अशे खातीर की जो सप्लाय जाता तो वेगळ्या सेगमेंटा खातीर जाता. आनी जो घेवपी आसता इन्व्हेस्टमेंटा खातीर घेता आनी रेंट एक्टा खातीर आनी तो हावसींग लीज करपाक सोदना.
लँड प्रायसीस वाडोवन दवरल्यात. दॅट इज वॉट आय एम सेइंग.
दुसरे
आमी खंयच्यान घरां बांदपाची?
That the whole Goan dilemma today is that the real estate industry has become a gambling industry in terms of everyone bets on the industry to make more money. So it is not about the need of housing, but it is about the greed of housing. Even I will.
Yeah, that is a perception.
Question is very simple.
Every profession.
Question is very simple.
Why not medical profession, which has become equally corrupt?
Correct.
Nitin, my question.
I agree.
Nitin, my question is
go
very
and see how
simple.
people are working.
I will come to that. I will come to that. My question is,
Medicine is a little environment friendly. That's why it's a little different.
जो मुद्दो संदेशान काडिल्लो तुम्ही दुसऱ्याक न्यान सांगतात स्वतःचो जेन्ना बिझनेस करपाचो आसता तेन्ना तुम्ही हिपोक्रेटिक जातात.
Let me tell you very clearly, I am also of the opinion we should not have too many industries which we can't sustain, but selectively which suits the local skill set. We don't want migration. At the same time, you have to also see that tertiary sector आमी फक्त टुरिझमाचेर डिपेंड रावले. फाल्यां एक खंय बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट जालो म्हणून it's a fragile industry. So you have to be very careful. फाल्यां परते आतां मायनिंग डिपेंडंट म्हणून कशे बॉम्ब मारतात तशे same thing there will be sequence of people in Panjim outside CM's residence.
Tourism.
So you have to be very careful. So point is you need to have a structured economic pattern. You cannot disregard real estate, you cannot disregard tourism, same time industry. It's equally important.
Pramod, I'll answer the basic, the substructure of this argument. What is happening is that, as I said, our development is based on falsity. It is also based on the concept of inequality. We are only taking the inequality as it is, whether it is caste-based inequality, income-based inequality, and perpetuating it. That is why we have this concept of affordable housing and unaffordable housing. And also, may I add, affordable medicine and unaffordable medicine. That is also there.
राजदाग तुमकां कितें दिसता जेन्ना हे सगळें हें चलता ती एक खंय तरी इनबिल्ट हिपोक्रेसी आहा आमचे भितर.
The tourism industry in Goa was developed as people's movement. There was no even, the Department of Tourism came much later. It was Department of Information and Tourism. People saw the need for it, and in their houses, they separated one room and did it up for the tourists and started cooking and giving them, supplying them food. This is how it developed from this level. This happened in 70s right up to 80s. That's why we have the largest sector of unorganized sector in Goa of tourism industry. Our unorganized sector is so big, it is bigger than the entire Kerala's tourism industry. Now how this happened was the people came forward and they did it. And it was done without any planning. The main thing I always stress on is proper planning. Once you have short-term and long-term planning, and it has to be a proper policy which is Goa-centric. And if you move in this path, then the amount of your ambition, your greed is taken care of.
We cannot get into the mindset is that all real estate is bad, all mining is bad, all tourism is bad. And then from the other side, you turn around and you say all environmentalists are bad. So the moment you get, or worse still, when you say that all politicians are corrupt, all politicians, the moment you take this all or none phenomenon, you're not going to get any kind of negotiated settlement. It will be an Israel, Arab, whatever, Israel-Palestine war for the rest of your life. So you need to get together, at least for Goa, I think the fundamental issue which will put a lid on a lot of the agitations and a lot of the rancor that's going on. You need the regional plan finalized. For whatever reason, everyone gets together, puts their heads together, takes a minimum common program, So you cannot have an environmentalist who say that everything should be forest. Not possible. Similarly, you cannot get a real estate guy who says, give me, God knows, 6 FAR or whatever. So let us come to some kind of compromise, which is the exercise we tried in our draft regional plan. We tried to bring it and tried to bring all sectors in where you can drive an economy, you can preserve your Goan heritage. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take a lot of time. But we need to do that. Even for instance, in the draft regional plan, it is earmarked where the Mopa airport is going to come up. But everyone must know that it's going to be the airport and only the airport. And there's not going to be real estate gambling around the airport. That I think is the whole dilemma over there. So the thing that the people of Goa want to know is what is the development, how much is it going to be good for Goa, and where is it that the betting is going to start. If you make that distinction, everything should fall in place.
रिजनल प्लॅन समजा इन प्लेस आशिल्लो तशें दोतोर म्हणटा तशें आमी अशें कांयच वायट करनासतना सामकें आयडियल कशें बरे भशेन जगता आशिल्ले
न्ही पहिली गजाल म्हणजे आमकां रिजनल प्लॅन म्हणजे कितें हें खबर ना सगळीं जाण अशे तरेची हें आसात आय एम अ जर्नलिस्ट सो आय नो पिपल्स परसेप्शन अशें आहा की रिजनल प्लॅन म्हणजे फक्त हावसिंगाची आनी घरां खंय येतली आनी कितें इतल्या पुरतो प्लॅन इट इज नॉट इट इज अ स्टेटमेंट ऑन गोवन इकॉनॉमी कंप्लीट त्या गजालींतल्यान सगळें प्लॅनिंग जें आसा तें म्हाका अजून पर्यंत एक गजाल समजना की रिजनल प्लॅनाच्या बाबतींत खंय खंय लॅक्युना उरल्यात ते लॅक्युना पयस करपा खातीर आख्खो प्लॅन जो आसा तो काडून कोल्ड स्टोरेजान दवरला आनी सगळी जे कितें आसा जितले प्लॅन तांणी बसून सगळी कितें केल्ले ऑल दोज प्लॅन्स हॅव गॉन हे वायर आनी जाय तशें चलना सगळें चलता थंय ताजे परस हांव म्हणटा की बेजीक जी ब्रॉड जी आउटलायन आसा रिजनल प्लॅनाची ती इमिजिएट इम्प्लिमेंट करात आनी जे तुमचे लॅक्युना आसात त्या लॅक्युनाचेर तुमचे एप्लिकेशन्स घेयात आनी ताजेर तुमचे जी हियरिंग आसा ती हियरिंग करून तुम्ही ते डिस्पोज करात But why you are not implementing the regional plan?
Because this is so important both for industry. It is very important for industry, which remains, shaky, doesn't know which agitationists are going to come up and attack them. So if you have this land earmarked for industry, this land earmarked for tourism, this land earmarked for mining, this land earmarked for whatever, anybody breaking those rules gets picked up by the regulatory authorities and vice versa.
नॉर्मल इम्प्रेशन अशें की रिजनल प्लॅन तसो दवरिल्ल्यान सगळ्यात चड फायदो रियल इस्टेटीक जाता भरपूर फायदे अशें तरेन एक इम्प्रेशन तयार जाला वॉट इज द रियलिटी तुम्ही सांगा की तुमकांय रिजनल प्लॅन बेगीन जाय
रिजनल प्लॅन आतां हांव ऑस्कर सगळे ड्राफ्ट हाजेर आशिल्लो आनी चार्ल्स कुर्या सारको ताजेर हें आशिल्लो रिजनल प्लॅन केन्नाच ऑस्कर म्हणटा तसो 100% परफेक्ट जावपाक शकना एक 5% इनपरफेक्शन आसतलें तो एक्सेप्ट करपा जाय आशिल्लो कित्याक आतां कसोय रिजनल प्लॅन गेल्यार ताजेर अपोजिशन जाता अशी सिच्युएशन आज गोंयांत आसा म्हणटकीर रिजनल प्लॅनांत एक बऱ्यो गोश्टी केल्ल्यो ऑस्कर तुका याद जातलें की विलेज पंचायत आमी कॅटेगरायज केल्ल्यो 1, 2, 3 आनी इको सेन्सिटीव झोन हें केल्लें जे आमी प्रिजर्व करपाचे आनी विलेज पंचायतींतलो FAR कमी केलो आनी हे जरी रिजनल प्लॅन कोल्ड स्टोरेज आसलो ह्यो कांय रेग्युलेशन दोन बऱ्यो गोष्टी जाल्या
like that eco-sensitive zones have been completely steamrolled even now. But let's make it finite. Let's have it on paper. That's the point.
पॉइंट असो की रिजनल प्लॅनाचे इको सेन्सिटीव अजून कांयच करपा जायना आनी FAR तसोच आसा कमी आसा प्रश्न असो आसा की हांव जेन्ना मडगांव शहरांतल्यान मातसो भायर सुरावले कुडतरे हातूर वता आनी लो डेन्सिटी 0.8, 0.6 ग्राउंड प्लस 1 अशी घरां करता तरी आसतना मेगा प्रोजेक्ट म्हणून अपोजिशन जाता ह्या खातीर आमकां प्रोजेक्ट फक्त शहरांत करचे पडटात आनी शहराच्या जमनीचेर प्रेशर अजून ताजें मोल वाडलां अशें सगळें नेगेटिव्ह सर्कल जाला
ऑल्सो गो ओवरबोर्ड आणि ते खंयच्याय गजालीक मेगा प्रोजेक्ट म्हूण नांव दितात आनी ओपोज करतात जाका लागून तांचेय सफोकेशन जाता जरी प्रोजेक्ट लिगल आसलो आनी गरजेचो आसलो तरी
बिकॉज देर इज नो प्लॅन you have to accept the concept that our country for its development requires plan if from the Red Fort